That is right. Team Singapore athletes have got their game faces on, and none more so than our table tennis players, especially so the women.
Oh yeah, that's right. The singles title was at stake. Now, if you remember in 2015, Isabel Lee and Feng Tianwei got knocked out of the group stages. Tianwei lost to a certain Suthasini Sawitabut of Thailand.
That is absolutely correct. Now, she went up against her in the semi-finals today. It was a really, really close fight, but she made sure that history didn't repeat itself.
So on the way into the final, where she met her teammate Zhou Yihan, and the gold medal is at stake.
Welcome to the table tennis again, this wonderful venue here in Kuala Lumpur with the women's singles competition. Great recovery there. Fang Xi was stretched out to the forehand, but she pulled it back in and cross-court it went, across the table. Good rally. 9-all now.
11-9, game to Zhu.
So the first game has been won by the younger of the two Singapore players, 11-9. So 3 quick points in a row brings it up to 9-5. Second game drawing to a close. The server won the first. Oh, and she drops the second, so it's one game each. One game all, 3-1 to the server.
2-3.
Return was really set up nicely for Fang to attack, and she did so. Now she's serving in game 3 of the SEA Games final. Great reaction. As the ball clipped the net, she was still able to recover. It doesn't win the point.
Seven.
11-7.
Game to Zhu.
2-1 now. Zhu wins the the first and the third. 11-7 in the third. That's better.
8.
This to make it 2 games all. Can she do it? Well, we have the best rally of the match so far.
Game to
And it is 11-9, so that point meant a lot.
10.
First real emotive scream were heard.
12-10.
2-point advantage. She gets the 5th game. And Fong goes into a 2-1 lead. Fault called.
6-5. 7-9.
She liked that point. Oh, she gets the edge on it. That's all right. She'll take it. Hold your hand up and say sorry, but that's a good point. Oh.
13-11. Game and match.
13-11. It wasn't easy for her, but she's won yet another SEA Games gold medal in the women's singles. Fang Tianwei of Singapore has beaten Zhou Yihan of Singapore 4-3. 9-11, 11-6, 7-11, 11-9, 12-10, 13-11. It was hard work, and it was a tough battle for her to even get to the final. An exhausting semi-final win, but she's come through and taken the gold medal for Singapore. Singapore gold and silver in the women's singles.
So a quick look at who we're going to see in action. It'll be the Singaporeans first, Samuel Tan Wei Han.
Final score
9.52. So there you go, Malaysia with the gold medal in the men's compulsory third Tai Chi Chuan final with 9.66. Samuel Tan from Singapore with 9.52.
It is a 19-year-old from Singapore that will get this section underway. And first in the compulsory third Tai Chi Chuan
4号上场，5号准备。
to take gold. Brunei get a silver. They only got a bronze 2 years ago in Singapore, so well done to the 14-year-old Basma Lakar. Was a score that led very briefly. She was the 5th competitor to go.
.68.
9.68 is good enough to put.
Please match in.
Team Singapore's quartet of Junaidi Hashim, Teo Yiping, Lukman Al-Hakim and Gabriel Tan were competing for top honours in the men's road team time trial event over at Nilai Negeri Sembilan. Myanmar was the first to start the race, followed by Team Singapore, who started 2 minutes later. Our boys were racing against the clock, and 8 other teams on this 51-kilometre route that would take them to Sepang and back to Nilai. They clocked 1 hour, 6 minutes and 45 seconds to finish the race in 6th position out of 9 teams. The race was won by Malaysia, who bagged their second gold medal for cycling.
As for their how the boys performed today, they did their best, better than what they did during their training camp. But unfortunately, there was circumstances that had happened to the halfway in the team. At Sepang area, weather was very cloudy and it was about to rain. Actually, the wind was very strong. That's why it holds back our time a little bit.
Cycling continues tomorrow with the women in the road race. Okay, we're going to go for a break, but don't go away because when we come back, we're going to go all pistol on you with Tae Siu Hong and Nicole Tan.
That's right, we've also got our swimmers in action. We have swimmers in all 4 events.
Also bowling and athletics, all that when we return.
Hello and welcome back to Today at the Games, Media Corp's coverage of the 2017 SEA Games. We have the basketball group matches in just a while.
But first though, it's our sharpshooters in our sides. Nicole Tan and Tae Siew Hong in the 25 meters pistol individual event.
Now it was in this event that Nicole won the gold in 2013, while Siew Hong got the silver in the Singapore edition of the Games.
So over now to the National Shooting Range Centre, where Team SG were featured in all 3 finals.
Singapore's shooting team officially opened their SEA Games campaign on Tuesday morning at the National Shooting Range in Subang. There were medals to be won in 3 events. At the 25-meter pistol women's event, Tae Siew Hong and Nicole Tan were made to work hard in the morning qualifying session. Only the top 8 shooters among the 14 competing would make it to the final, and both the Team Singapore shooters did just enough to progress. Siew Hong finished 6th with 572 points, while 8th place Nicole just made it through with 571. Both were given a fresh start in the afternoon final session, and they did not waste the opportunity. Siew Hong started strongly as she took top spot after 10 shots, while teammate Nicole struggled early on. Nicole, the 2013 gold medalist in this event, quickly found her range as she soared to 3rd place after 20 shots. While the Singapore pair found their form, Malaysian shooter Alia Sazana would do one better than them. Shooting a couple of perfect 5 shots during the elimination rounds, Sazana knocked Siew Hong off the top after 30 shots and never looked back. Siew Hong had to settle for silver with a 28-point total. Nicole took the bronze with 23 points.
It was quite a fight. I was actually leading at first, but and I didn't do very well at the end, but I did my best.
It felt a relief when I managed to catch back after my second series. My first series was very bad. Not only did I qualify the last, I was still placed the last when we started off the shoot. But I managed to sustain all the way to 3rd. I'm not very happy with my results, but I know I did my best. The competitors are really strong this year, and I'm glad I improved from the previous SEA Games.
In the men's 10-meter air rifle, Singapore was represented by 2 young shooters. Teenagers Mohammad Irwan and Sung Tian Hui showed much maturity in their SEA Games debut, as they were the top 8 finishers out of 11 to make it to the final. Irwan was 3rd in qualification with 618.8 points. Tian Hui was 1 place below with 616.5 points. Sadly, 19-year-old Tian Hui couldn't repeat his form in the afternoon final. He was eliminated after 14 shots to finish in 7th place. No such problem for Irwan. The 17-year-old was constantly in medal contention throughout the final. The only nervy point came after 22 shots, where he was engaged in a shoot-off position with Thai shooter Napis Totungpanek. Both were tied at 222.2 points, and the loser would have to settle for bronze. Irwan held his nerve to see off the tie, earning the rights to challenge Indonesia's Naufal Mahardika for gold. But the Indonesian's lead was just too wide for Irwan to catch up, as he had to settle for silver with 241.8 points, 3.6 short of the winner.
I would rather say that my performance today is not on the ball, considering the fact that I did not beat my high score, and at the same time I did not really push myself hard enough to reach at least my benchmark.
I guess I take more effort to really calm myself down, because as a shooter it's important to what you see, and then what we see is affected by the gun movement is affected by the heartbeat. So I guess I have to really calm myself down and control the heartbeat so that I can fire the shot properly. It's a big stepping stone in my shooting career. So I guess bigger things to come for, I guess, the Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games around the corner. So I'll be looking towards that, set my sights.
Couldn't get it to go off the backboard. It's end-to-end stuff at the moment. Both teams need some form of control over the match. The ties now with another 3 off the board. In gets the lucky roll. And it's the first 3. Wapa Nuchaban. Another turnover by Singapore. Coast to coast, easy enough. Scooping it up under the paint. Ariel loiter, back to Chu. Almost another errant pass.
It is in the end by Jacqueline Chu. A great hustle work once again by Choi Ting, who gets a chance now to open her accounts for the SEA Games. Passes it up to Amanda and finally manages to bank it home. Gitada almost giving the ball away. 7 seconds to take the shot now. They're going for the final shot. And she's got to throw it up. She's got only 2 seconds left. There's no time for the pass. Thailand botch it up. But they still lead at the half. 35-17 against a Singapore side that have failed to keep the ball and failed to protect the ball. Jacqueline, once again, Alana coming out of the paint to provide the screen for Jacqueline, and the teardrop goes. Oh, that was so disappointing. Now Thailand with a final chance to heave up her shots before the end of the third quarter. They're taking their time though. Finally it's thrown from way outside and it's in. 3-pointer Thailand right at the buzzer. And left free for way too long. Free from outside and she makes it clean. Seichua trying to dictate matters on the floor. Little crossover move, couldn't find the open lane and the open corridor. It's thrown outside and thrown away. Fast break is on for Amanda, who takes full advantage of it with the easy layup. 11 points in the third. The best quarter has come here in the fourth. That's been too little too late. And those turnovers have hurt Singapore greatly as they go down to their third consecutive defeats in the women's basketball. This time to Thailand, the final score 70-42.
But instead, it's Mario Wushu bringing it down once more. What a pass! Wushu inside to Sitapu. So Singapore got more shots away, had a bit more possession. But 4 from 7. Oh, that's strength. Delvin go for the 3. And it goes. Larry Liu. Singapore by 4 again. Player down. That was Volkov. Indonesia looking for a way to break down Singapore here. 6 on the shot clock, and the shot goes. Got the look. Nicely finished. The referees understand the passion that coaches have for the game. Indonesia looking for one last decent play. They'll look for the 3 and come up short. That is the end of the half, and we're all tied up. What a game. It was Singapore by 5 at quarter time, but a good response from Indonesia. Just look a bit directionless, Singapore. Finally, Russell Lowe gets it to go. Off hands for an Indonesian second attempt, and this time it does go for Dianis. Oh, ambitious pass inside. Red shirts everywhere. And on the fast break, they pick up another couple through Adianis. Attempt from out deep from Difter, doesn't go. They get the offensive board though. And another couple of points for Lopez. Well, he just had his toe over the line. It's only a 2. Some on the bench thought it's 3. Well, they just agreed that that seems to be the end. The referee didn't even bother to get out of the way of the ball as the clock finds its way to 0. Well played. The coaches, good sportsmanship all around. Indonesia, too good. They've got it by 16.
Right, we're going for a short break, but when we come back, some bowling as well as the men's singles final in table tennis.
There's also Veronica Shanti Pereira and Calvin Kang in their respective 100-meter finals, and Dipna Limprasad in the 400-meter hurdles.
Right, can Veronica repeat her performance of 2015 and that silver medal? We will watch that as we run the race for you on Today at the Games in a while.
Welcome back to Today at the Games, where we're bringing you all the coverage from the 29th Southeast Asian Games. Still to come in the last part of this show, swimming and athletics.
Also, the men's singles final in table tennis. But first, though, let's go over to the Sunway Pyramid for bowling and the mixed doubles event.
This is only the second time that this event has been held in the SEA Games. The first time was in Thailand in 2007.
Well, back then, Singapore did not win a single medal in this event. Do they stand a chance this time around?
Team Singapore's Keglers were back in action today in the mixed doubles event. In the first session this morning, Singapore had 3 pairs of bowlers. Singapore's first pair featured Keith Saw partnering Shena Ng. After a slow start, they came to life in Game 5 with a score of 508. They eventually finished the session with a total of 2,630 pinfalls. That placed them in 7th position in the overall standings.
I think that the whole team, speaking for the whole team, I think that we did our best. And you know, sometimes the best is just not enough. And I feel that for us, we didn't really bowl badly. For Keith and myself, we actually shot pretty high scores. Just that the rest of the teams, they really did very well. And I have to give it to them.
I think I enjoyed myself. I mean, it's the first time I get a bowl with a world champion, you know. And it's an honor for me to bowl with her. And you know, we helped each other, and I think we totally enjoyed the process.
Singapore's second pair was made up of Daphne Tan and Darren Ong. Their total score of 2,563 put them in 13th place in the final standings. Basil Ng meanwhile partnered Bernice Lim in Singapore's third pair. They managed a total score of 2,450 pinfall to finish in 20th position. In the afternoon session, women's singles champion Cherie Tan partnered Jaris Goh. Their total score of 2,568 put them in 12th position. New Hui Fan meanwhile partnered Timothy Tam. After a solid start, the pair faltered in Game 3 with a score of 343. They finished in 18th position with a total of 2,500 pinfalls. And one rank below them in the final standings was the pair of Cha Rehan and Jazreel Tan, who last took part in the mixed doubles event at the Korat Games in 2007. Cha and Tan finished with a total of 2,460 pinfalls.
Overall, I think we did okay. Our chemistry was there. We both had fun. We enjoyed the process, and throughout the entire mixed doubles event. No, we didn't really bowl that well on the list itself, but considering the strong field out there, I think we did pretty well as a team.
For me personally, it's been 2 very close shaves in the last 2 days. It all came down to the last game, and I wouldn't say we choked. I just think we took risks, and sadly the risk didn't pay off. And you know, going forward, it's all just gonna be learning from the negatives and learning from the positives too. And it's very disappointing, yes, but you know, the new day starts and you just refresh, regroup, and just it's a whole new event. You know, the pins don't carry forward to the next event, it just carries forward to the Masters. But you know, we just gotta have a new mindset and go forward from there.
Host nation Malaysia took gold and silver, with Thailand clinching bronze. The bowling competition continues tomorrow with the men's and women's trios event. The taller of the two, and just bowing there, is Gao Ning. And Clarence Chu is his opponent. So Gao beating Parasak this morning, and Chu was up against the wily Filipino Richard Gonzalez. 5-2, first game. Oh, he's doing that well. He's playing that very well across court. He does. 11-5. First game goes to Chu. Very quickly done. They didn't win the title in the mixed doubles, but they did collect a silver there. Oh, this is a little glimpse of what the crowd is hoping for, and you viewers as well. Game point now, second game of the final. Great stuff.
Game 2.
Excellent way to finish the second game. The crowd appreciates it. 11-4 though, and that's a complete reversal from the first game. Gao takes the second game, 11-4 in this final.
Thank you.
6-2 now. The defending champion is leading. Very good.
6-3.
Forehand from the left-hander. But Gao takes the point, game point now. And takes the third game, 11-4. Same score as the second. So Gao looking to be untroubled at the moment.
Three-two.
Gee, just such an effective serve. 11-5. Quickly done. He was down early in this fourth game. Oh.
5-4.
Again, down the line, but wide. Serving for the match now and the gold medal. And he gets it.
Game and match to
He outlasts Clarence Chu. They shake hands. And it is, of course, Singapore gold and silver. Was there any doubt as to who would win this when the match started? Probably not. It would have needed a superhuman effort from Clarence Chu. He couldn't produce it tonight. And here we are again saluting the SEA Games champion in men's table tennis, Gao Ning of Singapore. Today, in which we've seen the semi-finals and the finals of both the women's and the men's singles, and Singapore dominant with 2 golds and 2 silvers.
The table tennis competition continues on Thursday with a team event, so all the best to our paddlers. When we come back, the blue ribbon events, swimming and athletics.
Joe Schooling and company looking to smash the games record in the relay. That's still to come on Today at the Games. Welcome back to Today at the Games. This is the final stretch, and you know it's going to be a fantastic 15 minutes because we've got swimming and athletics.
Yeah, you know, for athletes like Veronica Shanti Pereira and Joe Schooling, speed is the name of the game. Beat your opponents, beat the record. It sounds so simple, but behind all that, a truckload of hard work and sacrifices.
All right then, so let's dive straight into it with swimming. Just how many gold medals will they be able to add to the 3 they won last night?
Nguyen Tian Vien won this event in 2013 by 5.45 seconds. That's the biggest winning margin in this event since 1975, and she is gunning for that big margin victory once again in her 2 events tonight, starting with this one. Still Tian Vien leads, and looking, we don't have split times here, but that is a very quick 100 meters in the 200 meters backstroke. Tian Vien in first place. Yi, I believe, will turn in second, followed by Yosaputra, has caught up with Faith Khoo of Singapore, who is in 4th spot. As we expected, Tian Vien will win this one, and win this one quite easily. No one's going to touch Nguyen Tian Vien. Is she going to touch the SEA Games record which she set in 2015? 2:14.12 is the record for her to smash. She has certainly smashed the field. Will the record go down with her as well? And the rest of the field, Yosaputra, who finished second in the last 2 games to Vientiane, will finish second yet again to the Vietnamese Vessel, who wins with a time of 2:13.64. That is a brand new SEA Games record. So it's Tiwa of Indonesia in 1, Matyo of Thailand in lane number 2, Gagarin of Indonesia in 3, Tan Bao of Vietnam in 4, Nutapong of Thailand in 5, Khoo of Singapore in 6, Daniel Lim of Malaysia in 7, and Hu Kim Son of Vietnam in lane number 8. Okay, they will turn in those positions all together, almost all together at the same time. When Lionel won the silver at the 2015 SEA Games in Singapore, it was Singapore's first silver medal in the 200 meters breaststroke. Well, the clock's already gone down in terms of the graphics on the TV screen, but I can tell you that Lionel Khoo is second at the moment, just slightly behind Keaton Nutapong. The Thai Nutapong looking very, very strong. 1 more for Keaton Nutapong in this event, and he will win 4 and join Tholap Setsaton as the second all-time medals and gold medals won by a Thai swimmer. Lionel will be happy if he can repeat his silver performance. There is a charge coming up from lane number 2 as well, the defending champion Radamyos Matyo. But Keaton Nutapong looks hot favourite here, and Keaton Nutapong will win the gold medal which he vacated the last time out. Nutapong wins it for the 4th time, and we will confirm whether Lionel Khoo has managed to be on the podium again by winning a bronze medal. Right, 0.07 seconds he missed out on a bronze medal to Daniel Lim of Malaysia, but Thailand 1 and 2, just as it was in 2013. But Singapore have got Roanne Ho, who has been queen in this event for the last 5 years in Southeast Asia. So Roanne goes once again. She was first already at the Singapore National Age Group Championships, first at the National Championships, and she wants to continue this trend, but it is a very good start at the moment from Janjira Srisaad of Thailand. Roanne, though, coming right back into this, chased by Feng Jing-eun of Malaysia. Roanne Ho in lane number 4, just slightly ahead. Janjira Srisaad, despite the very good start, is now lagging behind. Roanne Ho just slightly, half a body length ahead of Jing-eun. Can she keep this up now? Jing-eun is really giving chase, hoping that the raucous crowd will come on, but Roanne Ho will win it for Singapore, just 0.25 seconds ahead of Fei Jing-eun, and it's Samantha Yeo who clinches bronze.
Nguyen from Singapore for setting a new games record of 31.
Well, it's definitely something that I really wanted to happen, but I wasn't sure if it would because I was facing a lot of problems, even post-surgery, and I kept getting roadblocks during my training, so at some points I didn't think it would be possible at all. So to be here is almost like a miracle. Yeah.
When just about ready to come out for the 200 meters butterfly, and leading the field will be his compatriot Ong Jin-yi, a 16-year-old swimming in his very first SEA Games. So remember, Kwa Tsung-wan in lane number 2, Jin Yi in 1, Lacuna of Philippines in 3, Wong Charon of Thailand, who went out very quickly in the heats this morning in 4. Kwa Tsung-wan has gotten off to a flyer, literally, and this is where he usually does most of his work, off the wall, lovely underwaters, breakout, absolutely superb for Kwa Tsung-wan. In his sights, 155.73, that is what he is after. Does he have enough though? Jin Yi is coming back strong. Well, he's got to hold on now because the rest are catching up. Kwa Tsung-wan does not break the record. He goes for the time of 157.95, and Jin Yi just misses out on the middle. But Kwa Tsung-wan, an easy winner as we expected in this event, 157.95. Natanan Jongkrajang, the lady who has won the most gold medals in terms of female Thai swimmers. Remember, she's in lane number 4. Natanan Jongkrajang might want another medal because that'll put her up to 18 medals now. Only 4 Singapore winners: Jocelyn Junie Sung, Elaine Sung and Pat Chan, and hopefully Rachel Sung and Gan Ching Hui will win it one day, maybe not this time out, but getting on the podium against what is a very, very experienced field might give a feel-good factor and probably give them some good memories to take in their pursuit of a medal in this event. My goodness, if she wins it, the next competitor might be 25 meters behind her, half the length of the pool. I won't be surprised by that because that is the margin at the moment. Nguyen Tian Vien is totally way ahead. She's living in a totally different time zone now. Surely she's too far behind against this Viet vessel as she continues to stream along effortlessly. At least she makes it look effortless from where we are. Tian Vien will be winning, but I don't think it'll be good enough to crack her SEA Games record. She has won by another huge, huge margin. The chasm between Vientiane and the rest of Southeast Asia, there for all to see, just 4.58 seconds ahead of second place. And I say just 4.58 seconds because in terms of Nguyen Vientiane's victories in the SEA Games, 4.58 seconds is probably just nipping it. And that makes 18 medals, which means she is the most bemedaled female Thai swimmer of all time. Now, I can tell you that Joseph Schooling, after all that he's achieved already in his career, is very, very much up for this. How about those underwaters from Joe Schooling? Joseph Schooling, I'd love to see his time for the 100 meters freestyle as he hands it off. 49.25, not his best, but it's already good enough for a 1.23 second lead over Indonesia. Danny Yeo, the second leg swimmer, hands it over to Darren Lim, a swimmer that many touted just a couple of years ago as the next Ang Peng Siong. It was in 2013 that they thought that it was him who's going to break the 50 meters freestyle record. In the end, it was Joe, but Darren has continued his growth as a swimmer, and this year has clocked 49.50 seconds already in finishing first in the national age groups and first in the national championships as well. We're looking at the clock as we watch the swimmers take their plunge for the final leg. 3:19.59, remember, is the SEA Games record, and the lead has been built up to 3.62 seconds. Remember, look at the clock. I think the record is going to be smashed. 3:19.59 is the record, and this might be smashed to smithereens. It'll go up in smoke. A chance for the record for Tsung-wan. He's tiring out a little bit. Well, not totally smashed, but still a new SEA Games record as we expected from that quartet of Joe Schooling, Danny Yeo, Darren Lim, and Kwa Tsung-wan. Absolutely right. Joe didn't go below 49 seconds, and look at the clock there. Look at what he's clocked. Well, with all the excitement of the SEA Games record, we have to give credit as well to Malaysia because a superb final lap swim by Wilson Sim has clinched them the silver medal, and Indonesia will have to settle for the bronze this time out.
It's a great feeling. I just try to do my best for my team, try to get them ahead. You know, these guys did the bulk of the work, so huge kudos goes to them. I just try to do the best for my team, and I'm glad we could go a new national record and win.
I actually love swimming the relays with the guys. It's a team effort, and I think to be able to stand on the podium with these 3 other guys, I think I'm just really happy and proud at the same time.
Same thing as well. It's my second time with a relay for SEA Games, and I'm really pleased that we broke the games record. So I hope there'll be more to come in the coming SEA Games.
I think these guys have said most of it, but just riding off what Darren has said, we made a new national record. I think the time that we posted is definitely pretty darn good. So looking forward, I think we can think about Asian Games as well. And moving forward, I think we're definitely taking the right steps in terms of as a team and as a relay.
It felt all right. You know, I think I had a little too long with sleep last night. Felt kind of lazy, but you know, like the most important thing is we got on top of the medal podium and a new national record. So doesn't really matter how I feel individually. Tomorrow, hopefully I can feel better than today.
So this is the start list for the women's 400-meter hurdles final. Ditnalim Prasad of Singapore goes in lane 6. Getting off to a decent start, going in lane 3 is Asana Winato, the former gold medalist. And first at the hurdles, it's very comfortable for Nguyen Thi Huyen of Vietnam, and she's really eating up the back end of this course. She ran the first bend absolutely superbly, and she's got an enormous lead over anyone else in the field. It's now Wasana Winato who's actually caught up best and is running second best overall. We'll have to see when they come out of the second bend, but it's undoubtedly Nguyen of Vietnam who is in the lead and set to claim another gold medal in this event. The defending champion is not going to be beaten, bar a horrendous accident, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. She's got energy, she's got stamina, and most importantly, she's got impressive speed over this back straight. Well, the Asian record is not going to be in danger, but perhaps the SEA Games record that she set is going to be in danger here. It is going to be Nguyen of Vietnam who demolishes the field, demolishes nearly her own record. The battle for silver here is a good one. It's only just Ditnalim Prasad of Singapore manages to claim the silver medal very impressively on the line in a 3-way battle for the 2 remaining medals. It was Prasad with a very impressive finish because Winato was in the silver medal position till the final few strides. Kongkam was closing, but Prasad closing quickest. Ditnalim Prasad. Very fast finish. Good enough to pip Kongkam to that silver medal. So this is the start list for the women's 100-meter final. Kasabun Wanakit, Anne-Rose Nelson, Veronica Shanti Pereira, Husnia Zulkifli, Le Tu Chin, Siti Fatima bin Mohammed, Le Tin Mong Tuen, and Supawan Tipat. Veronica Shanti Pereira. Well, they all get away fairly quickly, and indeed it's Zulkifli with the quicker start, but it's Le Tu Chin who settles into her stride, and she's going to run to glory, she's going to run to gold. Veronica Shanti Pereira closing quickest, just not quick enough to claim the silver, claims the bronze for Singapore, but Le Tu Chin finishes ahead of Zulkifli for the silver. Shanti Pereira brings home Singapore's bronze. Didn't have the quickest start, but boy did she settle into her stride fairly quickly. Confirmation then as Le Tu Chin of Vietnam claims the gold ahead of Sudaital Husnia bin Zulkifli of Malaysia. Singapore's Veronica Shanti Pereira with the bronze medal. Impressive 400-meter hurdles title. Le Tu Chin followed up with another gold medal performance, this time in the women's 100-meter.
I'm quite happy with my performance today. I managed to get I got PB today and I broke a national record, so I'm really happy. It means I'm in good shape. And I managed to do decent timing in the finals as well, and I got bronze, so I'm really happy.
And then in 6, watch out for Khairul Hafiz Jantam of Malaysia. very quickly away for the man going in lane 5, Eric Cray, the 28-year-old, but he's not going to be able to hold on here. It's on his outside. Juntam, the 19-year-old, is going to claim glory. He's going to go for gold. He's got the gold. This is just unbelievable. The 2016 Asian Junior Champion, 10.37. It's not his quickest time. He's nearly 0.2 of a second off his Malaysian record. Khairul Hafiz bin Juntam had taken over the lead. Cray was always going to struggle. He's got 4 races in him today. The question is whether or not he actually got to the silver. In trying to dip for the line, he's completely lost it as well. I think he's only finished with the bronze. Confirmation then, they've been given the same time, so it's not a silver and a bronze, it's 2 silvers.
And here's a quick look at the medal tally.
Tomorrow, Veronica Shanti Pereira flies in the 200 meters. And speaking of flying, Joe Schooling takes part in the event that won him an Olympic gold medal just last year.
That's right, you remember you can catch all that action on Toggle 1 for the swimming heats. Toggle 2 and 3 will feature all the rest of the action from the SEA Games as well.
Oh, if you want to watch it on the big screen, you can as well. Octo Sports from 6 p.m. onwards. Just make sure you don't miss any of the sporting action, all right?
Now, once the live events are done and dusted, just in case you did miss any of that sporting action, you can join us for today at the Games. But for today, we're going to say goodbye. I'm Kelly Latimer.
I'm Mark Richmond. Goodbye.